Good morning.
How are you, Ann?
Fine. How are you?
Doing great.
Great.
Doing great. Ready for a big holiday weekend?
Yes, I am. Can't wait.
Oh, good. Good. Big plans?
No, we purchased an RV and we're gonna go just down to Arkansas, a little small park down there. It's nice and get some fresh air. It's nice just to get out sometime because when you get all stuffed in and with the COVID and all that, it's just great to get out, get away.
Well, that sounds like big plans. That sounds like a really good weekend, Ann.
Yeah,
Well, have a lot of fun.
thanks. We will.
Now, are you going to do any market research and look for some real estate so you can write your trip off somewhat on taxes, or is this just going to be all pleasure?
This is just all pleasure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you stop and get some information, and do some market research, look for places for sale, you may be able to use some of that on your taxes like we do.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Uh-huh. In fact, our board, my company requires us to have a board meeting on the beach almost once a year.
Wow, I didn't know that. Oh,
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of check with your CPA, but there's a lot of things you can do like that.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the advice, John.
In fact, your RV may even be partially towards your business. You never know.
Hmm. Never thought about that.
So how's everybody else
I just
doing? I mean, good to see everybody. You see, we had Jim sneak in there earlier and then he turned his camera off. I guess maybe he went to shave. I don't know.
Nah, I'm still here. I'm just wearing an old t-shirt, so I'm just gonna go no camera today.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you anyway. Yeah, Lloyd won't be with us today. We won't have Kathy today. She's actually, she won't be here this week or next week. So unless I guess something really important happens, she'll tune in, but she has surprised us before. But that's the plan is so I guess we're going to have some networking, and Lloyd, I don't believe will be with us either. He's on I think he's on vacation. I'm not sure where he went. He might be out doing some market research like Ann's going to be doing this weekend.
Oh, really? No, John, we need a break. We need to get away a little bit.
Well,
It needs to be relaxing, just relaxation.
well, it is relaxing. Real estate's a lifestyle is what I've come to believe over the years. You just have to take all the good with the bad and just go with it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Make the best out of everything. The only thing for sure is it is going to be different. That much I can tell you.
You're right.
Does anybody have anything they want to they got for sale right now that they want to talk about? Somebody's got to have something they're selling. Is everybody buying? No.
I guess everyone's burned out or on hold. I don't know.
Hey, I've got a property that I'm trying to get secure, trying to get under contract, and actually I didn't think it'd be this early in the meeting, but I'm looking for advice on getting this under contract. So this could be a very long story, but in a nutshell, driving for dollars, neighborhood, kind of a neighbor down the block. Turns out he's an antiques collector, which is turned into hoarding. So, he's got the hoarding issue going, but he also has a lot of antiques and dolls and old antique toys. And so it's one of those situations where if this was kind of a regular hoarder of useless stuff, you could say, I'll buy as is. And the person might say, okay, great. And then we throw everything in a dumpster. This gentleman cannot let go of these valuables because he has spent every dime he has over the last 40 years investing in these things. And I put that in quotes because the living conditions of the house are such that they're destroying the investments that he's put his money into. because of mold and water leaks, and it's kind of a full gut job. So anyway, I've been helping this man clear pathways through his house to get to things so he can get the auctioneer in and start offloading some of these things. He is of older age, declining health. I don't want this to slip out of my fingers. So, but at the same time, he's not going to close anytime soon. So what sort of contract might somebody recommend long-term, so I can at least lock it under contract, and get kind of do the best I can to secure that potential purchase at some point, whenever that is. And then also, if something were to happen to this man, if it's under contract, can I still close on that? So there's just a lot of unknowns. So if anybody has any experience or advice, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, it's David Randolph. Scott, I did something very similar to that. It was actually a short sale, so I had lots of time to be inside the house and see the house and get to know the homeowner. So, short sales take a long time, and I was buying it for $68,000, and I sold it for like 300. So I had a lot of commitment to seeing this thing through. And so what I actually did in this case was I bought a dumpster, 40-yard dumpster. I delivered it to the house. Then I got Craigslist people off of Craigslist, and I paid them $8 an hour. And I had like 5 or 6 guys there, and I then had them be there all day with the homeowner and say, okay, so you point, Mr. Homeowner, you point to the object you don't want any longer, that you don't, it's trash, it's whatever, you don't want it. So you segregate the junk that's in the house, okay, so you can get to the what they want left valuable. And anyway, so the story is these guys would just carry it and put it in the dumpster, carry it, put it in the dumpster. And so to get stuff out of the house, we come back the next day and they got it out of the dumpster and put it back into the house. Yeah, believe it or not, a 40-yard, and they took all the stuff back out at night because they were hoarders. And so eventually we got it to where they quit doing that and the trash was in there. Then the next step that I did was I basically had them pick out a storage unit in St. Charles County. And I paid, I think it was 3 months cash, not credit card, but cash for a storage unit. And then I had those guys help them move the precious belongings to a storage unit. That got the house vacant and empty by the closing date. That's what I did.
Did you do you recall your closing window? I mean, 30, 60, 90 days. Can it be 365? Can it be 2 years? Can it be infinite?
Well, yeah, no, you're right. In a contract, you can let them live in the house after you buy it. Not wise, but you can always evict them. You can do whatever you want. Maybe don't tell the seller that it's okay for them to stay in the house. Okay, but in a short sale, you don't want to do that because it's fraud. You cannot let them live in it or rent it back. So I did have to have them out. But you could write your contract and have stipulations in there that the profit from the house doesn't get distributed until they leave. I've done that on another deal with Kathy Hearn. I was her lender, and and they had a $50,000 profit. It stayed in escrow. They had a month to get out, and then it was like $1,000 a week penalty. After I think a month. You can structure it, many different ways with it. I would just avoid the whole let them stay in the house after you buy it, because then it's a 2 or 3 month eviction thing through Kathy Davis, which I've used her to evict people out for that reason too before. So, so you can structure it a lot of different ways.
What does he want to do, Scott? Is he looking to stay there for the rest of his life or for a few months, or because you have several options on how to do that as far as contracts go? What does he want to do?
Basically, he wants to cash out on his investments. He kind of wants to do it his way, but that's just going to take a lot of time, and he needs to be he needs home care so he knows that he needs to be in some sort of assisted living. But he just doesn't have any money to do that now. He works full time at Walmart. He's 88 because he needs to afford. He actually has 3 rental storage units in addition to his home.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Does he have family members that are helping him, or is he the sole?
He has nobody in his
none.
life
Okay.
except for me. I mean, which is crazy how I've come to be in this position, but
Okay, he may not have any choice then on what to do with the stuff. So you may want to go ahead and secure a contract and just, that you'll help him with it, and say, like David was saying, 90 days or 120 days. I would probably even do a 6-month or a 1-year contract before anything is due, and agree on a price now, and then agree on what's going to happen with the stuff, because he may be in that age. There may not be a whole lot of choices. I know he still wants to be in control, but a lot of times that can go down pretty quickly, And that's why I was wondering what he wanted to do, and what if there's family members. If there's family members involved, then you would definitely want to include them. Without it, though, you may want to just go ahead and secure a contract, with him, and just on his terms, but really with what you can do with it, because that's a lot of stuff, and you may end up with a point where it's just best to go to an auction house. Who knows? I mean. It depends on what kind of stuff. There's specialty items. Most collections, there's only 1 or 2 pieces. This is my experience. Even with my coin collections, I have a lot of them. Nobody wants the whole set. They want a couple of key coins. And that's usually the case with most collectibles. So there may be some items, and then you're almost going to have an expert look at the items. And that's where some of the auction houses, even around town, might be able to help you. Most of them will come out and look at stuff and give you estimates on what they think might happen for no charge.
Right.
We had a guy a couple of years ago come out, Stan, I can't remember his name. Their auction house is no longer going. They just closed it, but there's still a few others. And that's what they do. Rather than just, get an estate sale, a lot of times you're better off talking to the people that auction them off, because they know real values on stuff, So that's just some options you might have. But yeah, just I would sit down. I would go ahead, especially with his age and with his health declining, I'd go ahead maybe and try to secure a contract, just so and I'd give yourself time too, that way nobody else can come in and swoop it up, because that will happen.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. If something does happen to, passive, for example, can you still close on that contract since he's signed it, or how does that work?
Well, he's going to have to sign ultimately, I would believe, at closing, but that's a question you may want to, I don't know, you may want to talk to an attorney just on that specific question there.
Yeah.
Did you say if he does what, can you still sign? Did you say pass away?
Yes, if he passes while it's under contract, but not closed.
Yeah, no, you're screwed. They got a 6-month moratorium on his estate.
Mhm.
His estate now owns a house, and the estate has to figure out what bills he has, and the profits of that, would go to the estate. It's possible you could assign a probate attorney or executor very quickly, who could then say, okay, so the proceeds will go to here. It's very difficult. You can't just close on it. There's a 6-month moratorium where the creditors get a chance to step in. And there may be profit in that house where that money would go to the credit card company. So they won't necessarily do it. It's not very easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, everyone.
Well,
that would have
here's
been my concern, and I was thinking that too as you were talking about it. And I think it's probably a good idea to do kind of a blend of what close on the house, but like David was saying, you can hold back the funds until they move. And maybe they're paying rent out of the funds on a monthly basis, and there's an amount of time that they have to get out, and you can help offer them move into a storage unit if they need to. But yeah, I'd want to close as soon as possible, because you could spend 6 months or a year trying to help this gentleman go through his stuff just to close on the house, and he ends up passing away.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how it would work, but you may even be able to do like a lease option in the meantime too. I don't know how that would be legally if he passed away. But that's something that you may use, and then you could walk away from it if it doesn't work, and just make it to where you're paying him $10 a month or something like that. I don't know. That's something though you may consider.
Yeah. There's also, John and Scott, I know people have done it. They do it, not a lease option, but an option where you're going to pay him X amount of dollars as an option. He'll sign it. And I think you can put a lien on the house that, you have to, you're the first one in line. They can't sell the house or do anything with the house until you're satisfied. I've never done it. Somebody else here may have some more experience on that.
Good point, Jim.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Memorandum of sale, you can record that, and the state has to honor that also. All obligations have to be straightened out over the next 6 months upon death.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but also too, I mean, you might try to get some kind of power of attorney. If you can get a title company to acknowledge a power of attorney, it's possible you could sneak away with something that way. In other words, nobody would know he's dead. We're not recording this, are we? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No. If he's dead, you should probably report it to somebody. But but with the power of attorney for him, they can come to closing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
About that. I gotta go back.
What about lease pendants?
What about what?
Lease pendants, record lease pendants.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, you have something on the property, so you record it to the county, and you say that you have a right somewhere. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm trying to,
Yeah, that's a memorandum of sale. It's just a
Yeah.
category on the county recorder's office. It's kind of the
Yeah.
same thing. List pendants just means that you've filed a legal notice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I guess the question is, does he want to get under contract? If he wants to get under contract, yes, I agree. Do it as soon as possible. If he's hesitant, try to do some kind of option where you give him $1,000. He signs an option that, yes, you're first in line. You can file it with the county, and then nobody can do anything with the house until you're satisfied. That's
Yeah,
my
you-
understanding.
Yeah, Jim, you know that. Get it under contract yesterday. Okay. You can always amend the contract.
Mhm.
And then just a special sale contract.
Anything you want.
Yeah. Okay.
You can even use a realtor with a realtor board form. They got these 6 blank lines under special agreements, and you can write, anything you want in there.
Thank you, everybody. This would be my first off-market deal, and it seems like this is like this should be the last chapter of the book, but here I am with this potential deal. So thank you for all your help and experience. I know lots of experienced people. So
Thanks for bringing that up, Scott. That's a good one. Actually, everyone is a unique one. So don't think that's the last chapter in the book. That's just the first. I mean, everyone is different. And that's what makes investors a little different than most people out there, because you figure out how to solve the problem. If you can solve the problem, you'll make the money, and as long as you go in it with the right intentions. That's my experience. And it sounds like you are, going there with his best interest in mind as well as yours. They always make them win. So anybody else got anything that they're working on? That was a good conversation. Let's see a few more faces.
I've got a question.
Sure.
So I am looking to purchase a house. And when I went and I viewed it, the basement had some mold on there.
Mhm.
And what I put in the contract with my realtor was that the seller would basically clean up the mold, have someone insured and bonded with a transferable warranty for me. And the seller came back and said, nope, we'll just, wipe it off, I guess, or spray it down, or whatever their terms were. Just looking to see if anybody had experience, because that's my number one concern. It was in the basement, like I said, but I don't want the seller going to Home Depot and, getting something, and then I get the house and then it really is a problem. I'm really looking to put it on the seller to fix this problem before I purchase the house.
Yeah, I've done a lot of houses with mold. It's not a big deal at all. You can, I guess, contact me offline if you want to talk more about it. And yes, there is Missouri certified companies that have a certificate, and you can do the investor price, which is like 1/4 the price of the big guys. So you need to make a choice how you want to handle that. Have the big guy do it at 4 times the price, or maybe just have them give you the money and then you use the guy at 1/4 the price and you pocket the other 3/4. So keep that in mind. They don't have to do it. They can assign the money to you on closing and you do it on your own.
Okay. So like in my offer, you're saying I should actually state an amount in there for me handling the mold myself?
Yeah. I mean, you can either reflect it in your offer price or do an offer price and say that it's a special agreement that there's that amount as a credit to, towards you. You could do it on the inspection clause. There's a lot of ways to do that. You can do this under the inspection clause.
Okay.
Anybody know about registering vacant property? Any lawsuits or anything happening? Any idea?
I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that?
On a vacant property, registering with the city, any lawsuits, anything? I heard something about it, but I don't have any idea. What's going
Vacant
on
properties in the city? I mean,
in St. Louis County?
yeah, vacant properties, a lawsuit by who? The county?
Anybody who's sued cities or anybody for not, it's not proper to do it or anything like that,
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, vacant houses are vacant houses, and if they don't cut the grass by somebody, then the city, county, or whatever starts cutting it and charging it to you. I don't know.
No, but I'm not talking about maintenance. I'm talking about registering with the city.
Oh, that you have that.
Vacant property. You have vacant property, is not rented or anything, or not for
No,
sale.
some of the municipalities,
Yeah.
I don't remember which ones, if Dwayne was on here or somebody else, or some of the landlords, some of the municipalities are making you register if you're a landlord renting your house out, and it gets into the inspections needed. So, but specifically registering for vacant, it's very possible. There's some crazy locations in St. Louis County that ask for stupid things.
Isn't this extra taxes without representation or something?
It's just government control wanting to get their hand in your pocket in just about everything they do.
You got that right. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Because I heard one case on Ohio somewhere, the city lost it. So I don't have any idea about where can I find that information,
Is that your daughter, Scott?
Yep. This is Annie. She wanted to see what I was up to.
Oh, how cute. The smallest investor on our call today.
I'm gonna wave.
So cute. Well, anybody else got anything anybody got anything want to buy or sell or need help with anything? This is a good time to talk.
Hey, David, did you sell your apartment building yet?
No, actually, I didn't. We did go under contract, but they didn't qualify for the financing. So it's back up 16 units. If you're interested, let me know. Give me your email or something. I can shoot you some information on it.
All right, I may have an investor that might be one of my clients that might be interested.
Yeah, 4 blocks from St. Louis University.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My email is my name, David Randolph at realtyrenovator.com. If you want to shoot me an email, it's David Randolph. And then my company's Realty, REALTY, and then Renovator, RENOVATOR.com. I'm glad you reminded me of that. So yeah, guys, I've got I don't have, but there's a 16-unit apartment building for sale for $650,000, about 4 blocks from St. Louis University. You don't have to do student housing. And as a matter of fact, I think if you can't go 100% student housing, or you have to follow under St. Louis University's rules. But 16 units, 650,000. Somebody contact me. You can call me at 636-685-2990, or email me at David Randolph, RANDOLPH, at realtyrenovator.com. Thanks, Dave, for reminding me of that. I almost forgot.
Send you an email. Thanks.
In the chat, it looks like Steve needs a carpenter framer. Did we cover that already? Did I miss out on that?
You got one for him, Bruce?
No, I was just trying to cover the bases. I pulled away from the meeting here for a minute or two because I had a phone call. So I wasn't sure if that got taken care of.
What are you looking for, Steve? Maybe be a little more specific. Maybe somebody would know.
I'm doing an extension on a house and I need a framer. The drawings, everything ready. I'm sorry if somebody can give me good bid, or they can do an hourly or whatever,
Okay. Anybody got anything anybody they know of?
Okay, kid, thanks.
Thank you.
So if anybody knows anybody looking for a job, I've got about 5 openings right now.
Why don't you put your contact information in there, Dave, and we'll share that. We'll get it out there for you. Say what you need. In fact, if you want to be more specific, just why don't you send me an email with what you got, and I'll make sure we get it out to the group there.
Okay, I can do that.
I'll give you my email that will come to me without all the. I get a lot of emails on one of my Yahoo, so I'll give you this one here. There we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else got anything they need help with, or got anything they want to sell? If you're interested in that apartment building, get a hold of David Randolph. That's a good opportunity for someone. And if you need a job, get a hold of Dave Soto.
Yeah. If you don't have a real estate license and want one, I will pay for your school and get you your license.
There you go. What an incentive right there. Well, if we don't have anything else, I guess we can call it a morning, but
Early lunch,
our lunch.
early lunch, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I got plenty to do today, but we're here right now. If anybody's got anything to buy or sell, or they want help with anything, this is a great place to network and get help. Hopefully we'll be back to Applebee's in the near future and on our Fridays, but we only do that once a month. I don't see really replacing this, because this has been really a great asset for us.
Yes.
We've come up with a lot of things that in fact, even going back live, we have that planned, on the 21st of September to our new place at the Moolah Shriners building. But this is going to be the first time we're trying a hybrid meeting too, where we're going to have it live. And then we're also going to have it broadcast over the internet like we're doing now on a Zoom meeting. So it'll be a good experience for all of us, but we're going to do our best to keep everybody involved. So that'll be a lot of fun. And the tech person they have over there, we met with him last week, and the guy seems pretty good. Like he really knows his stuff, and I'm glad, because I'm not a tech guy at all. So we're lucky we're here with me doing anything. So that'll be exciting. You'll just check your emails and your inbox and for further information. Always look at your spam too before you get rid of that stuff, because I know a lot of the stuff ends up there. I know a lot of mine does, stuff that I really want. So just that's always just a good reminder for myself to look in the spam folder before I say I didn't get something or anything like that. So.
Hey, John, could you remember of the woman who presented a few weeks ago, who does a lot of West County real estate flipping, and I think she's a real agent as well?
Jan Duke? Yes.
Jan Duke. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you may want to check out her replay. If you send me an email, I'll go ahead and find that link for you and send the replay, because that's got all her contact information with that was the women's panel. There's some other women on there that do some different things, and that may be helpful for you. But yeah, just drop me a line, Scott, and I'll be happy to send you that link.
Thank you very much.
Hey, John, what kind of light you have on the back?
I'm trying some new backgrounds. This is a recording studio.
Oh, it's very nice light.
Thank you.
You know what kind it is?
I do not. Not like I said, I'm not technical.
A beautiful light.
Thank you.
Just technical enough to do backgrounds.
Correct. Correct. No, I pay other people for things that I actually, the best thing I've learned was from a good friend of mine, AJ Rasami, a few years ago. I met him through Robert Allen. We become really good friends, but he always says you pay people that play at what you work hard at. And I take that to heart. So anything that I need help with, as far as editors or, graphic designers or anything else, I pay them for their services, and it saves me all the time in the world of not doing what I don't know. So that's just my experience. Well, if anybody else has anything, speak up now. This is a good time. You got us all as your captive audience. And if not, we'll just, I guess we'll plan on meeting next week. Everybody have a good weekend. Holiday weekend. It looks like we're going to have some storms here in St. Louis, but doesn't matter. All right. Well, going once, going twice. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, watch your inbox for more information on what we have coming up. We do have an exciting fall coming up. We have a lot of things planned, and we'll be rolling that stuff out as soon as we have more details. So in the meantime, if you want to know anything, please get a hold of anybody that you want more information from today, or if you want to know anything from us, just drop me a line. I'll do my best to find out whatever you need to know.
Hey, John, it's David.
Yes, sir.
I just thought of something. It's more of a Lloyd question, probably. But do we have our dues paid automatically on credit card, or are we going to show up on Tuesday and bring our credit card and get signed back up? I don't even know. With the pandemic, and Zoom and not being at the building. Are we, is everybody paid up? Is it automatic credit card things, or what do we, how can we find out if we're owe money?
Yeah, it's a great question, David. They'll usually let you know. I don't really have much to do with that. And I don't even know if that's a good question for Lloyd, although he can find out the answers. But a lot of people do have an automatic renewal, and they'll automatically do that for you. If not, you'll normally just get a notification. Things are a little different than they were back, I don't know, several years ago. We used to all bring checks at the first of the year. Now most people are on the 1 year membership, as you know, whenever you join. So if you joined in April, you'll be the next April it'd be due again. So that's really more on an individual basis. They'll let you know. This first meeting we have coming back alive, though, it's going to be open to anyone, even if you're, even if you haven't renewed. But they'll kind of let you know on that. Yeah, most people are on auto renew nowadays, though. And if you're not, I would also probably encourage that, because this isn't like, I know I just had an auto renew that I forgot about for $1,500, my yearly one. And they didn't send me an email first, which worked out okay. But this is $75 still for 2 people. So this is probably the best deal on education and real estate that I know of out there. I mean, and especially for networking and all the stuff you get and all the stuff that we try to continue to give you. It's, I mean, $75, you can't hardly spend that even on a dinner to go anymore, So.
Hey, John, I just renewed not too long ago. I was looking, I think, for one of the recordings or something, and I couldn't get into the website. So once you do go on there, you can renew in there. It gives you the option. So if you don't know if it's time for you to renew, if you go to the website, it will give you that option, and it'll tell you when, give you everything you need to know there.
Thank you, Amber. That's great information for us. And like I said, I'm not the technical one. Maybe we need to recruit you to help with our renewals.
Sure.
That'd be great. And we in fact, we do have our elections coming up in a couple months, and I know Lloyd will be talking more about that. So if anybody does want, want to volunteer your time, we're, us on the board, we do volunteer our time. We pay the same $75 a year that everybody else pays, but we're always looking for people that want to help and encourage the other members. So, there are some basic requirements. You need to be on, a member in good standings for 2 years in a row. There's just some really basic things, but the biggest thing is your intention to want to help other people, that will help others, because we are, as you know, we are a nonprofit. And not that there's anything wrong with profit. We all have to make money, but our whole intention of the club, the way it's always been, the way it started, was just nonprofit, that we're here for each other. So that's, if anybody would like to help on that, we would love to talk to you. So anyway, keep that in mind as we start getting more information out there. Say, hey, raise your hand, say, hey, I'd like to be part of that. Because we meet our board meetings. We have been meeting, on Zoom, which is a little different. We used to all meet at Ruth's house, and she'd have pie and cake farce and everything once a month. But Ruth, as you know, our treasurer passed away last year, and we really miss her tremendously, because she was here with our group from day one. It was just kind of unfair that we couldn't have a better memorial for her, during that time. But I think we still have something maybe we're going to have planned coming up here, So, but anyway, anybody that does help, feel free. Yeah, there's Jim, our new treasurer. Jim.
Well, thanks, John. Yeah, it's big shoes to fill for Ruth's treasurer duties, but I'm trying to do my best. And for David and Amber, I think most of it, if your credit card's on file, I think it's automatically renewed. If it's not on file, then go to the website, and as Amber said, you can check and see. That's about it.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, anybody else have anything they want to say before we go? Okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We missed Kathy today, but I think we had a pretty good session as far as a lot of good information out here. And thanks, Scott. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everybody. Amber, for chiming in. Really appreciate it. And
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks again.
Thank you.